distribution of the food packages. I know the Prime Minister stated earlier in his presentation that there is no intent from the government to have any unfair or politicize anything. But there was a situation today in Westmoreland, and even after I spoke to the minister, the minister reached out to me this morning to let me know that an helicopter was coming down with food supplies from the ministry. And after the helicopter came, there was total chaos down there. What I can tell you is that before the helicopter came, the former MP and his team was there with trucks and stuff. There are videos of everything being loaded basically in those things. So the thing you're trying to avoid by not politicizing it actually played out today. The minister had no part in it based on my conversations with him because he directly spoke to me. And I had a team who went there. But the staff, I don't know where the communication came from. But what we realized happened that somebody obviously communicated with the former member of parliament. I am not there obviously today because I'm here. And what really happened is that distribution today has now been labeled as being political. Because everybody who went there would have seen that form of politics being played out today. So what we're trying to avoid, just as what you said, actually played out in central Westmoreland today. So what I'm asking is, going forward, how do we decide on how we do this type of distribution? Because one, if you go to one place and everybody comes there, there's going to be chaos. So naturally, if a helicopter is coming, one, you're going to need enough police and soldier presence there. And what we would want to know is that we ensure that the coordination is there where we know exactly what is coming, where we're going to collect it. So if the MP is in charge, we will coordinate with the local team at the ministry, at the NIS office. We'll speak to the manager, for example, work out the way how we'll distribute. Because somebody has to lead it. And in this case, you have to trust the member of parliament to say we're not going to send it only to PNP community, but we are Jamaicans, and we will be distributing it equally across every community that we know needs assistance. So we have no problem in working out all of those things, but we don't want what happened today to ever happen again, because as I said, it left a bitter taste in the mouths of many of the citizens. Persons have been calling me since I've been here. I'm always on the phone, people texting me, asking me what is really happening here. Because as I said, what would have showed up today, it would seem as if the former MP, who is now the caretaker, was the person who was in charge today on spot for the distribution of the items. And we don't want that to be in the thoughts of the people, because we know that is supposed to be the case. So going forward, I'm asking, how are we going to do these things differently?
He collected it. I'm saying they collected. Because everybody else would have gotten 30. All the councillors got. Madam Speaker, all the councillors got. A church, was it 2 churches? My figures here. And we can debate the figures, I'm not debating the figures because that's not what you are debating. What you are saying is that the aid that was delivered was all taken by and that is obviously not true.
Hundreds of people have died during the Hurricane Melissa. Thousands of people are now homeless, sleeping under sheds, sleeping at the back of church, sleeping anywhere them can get somewhere to sleep, sleeping in open. Rain a fall and wet them. And these politicians are there in parliament, laughing, giggling, and skinning off their teeth. And I'm talking about politicians from both sides. So anybody when you want to hear me talk like this tonight or today or tomorrow morning, listen, lift up. Because this is not right. People are here crying tears, have nowhere to go, nowhere to turn, lost their loved ones. They don't have no food to eat. Them not no water for bathe, water for wash them hand. Them can't even poop properly. People are dying for hungry in this country at this given moment because them don't have nothing at all. people are suffer. And the politician them in a parliament a giggle off them teeth and a laugh off them face like this is something to laugh about. The politician them that you guys trust so much, the same one they want to put in a parliament, I haven't heard any of them saying that they're gonna take $1 out of their bank account and put towards a house for anyone in Jamaica, but they're there in parliament laughing and giggling and making jokes, making fun of the people of Jamaica. Now, Jamaican people, is that right? Do you appreciate the fact that these politicians are laughing in your face while you're crying? They should be wearing black for the people that died. They shouldn't have anything in them that would pop up a laugh or a smile on their face. Jamaica should be mourning with the people that are mourning right now, including the politicians should be mourning. Why are they laughing? Where them get joke from? Me not understand. But people, we are come back and talk about this. Blessed evening to my viewers and my subscribers them. Me hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful evening. Now my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first in every and any situation. Just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. So remember, watch the video until the end. Also, like up the video, share up the video, and subscribe to the channel. Alright, make a run the intro and come back. We soon forward. Welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers them. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now people, remember to like and share this video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed as yet. Now my viewers and my subscribers, over there in Westmoreland, there is a argument that the caretaker, which is George Wright, go and collect a package, a care package that the MP, which is Dwayne Vaz, should be collect. Now people, I am going to let you hear from Dwayne Vaz, because I don't understand why is it that the caretakers from the Jamaican Labour Party side are doing the job that the People's National Party MPs should be doing. Why Andrew Holness continually giving the caretakers things to do. I understand that this is a crisis and everyone should stretch their hands. But knowing how these people stay, them are go politicize the packages. So the PNP people them now go get none. So let the MP do it. Where if him not distribute the packages honestly, then the people will come out and talk about it and we will bash him. But the caretaker, no. That not sit well with me. Andrew Holness, you need to stop what you're doing. God is watching you, and the amount of sin where you have pack up on your little nastiness already. Listen to me. Be careful what you're doing, because nobody feel like say no more powerful than God, you know. Wanna take care of the people them. Take care of the people them. Wanna stop the wickedness we wanna do. But people, check out this video from Dwayne Vaz. Then we are gonna come back and hear from Andrew Holness himself.
My first question is with regards to the health system. There was mention of the hospitals and what will be done to the public hospitals that were damaged. But I'm asking if there is any consideration for the health centers, especially in the remote areas, because it's still difficult for persons to travel from those areas to the Savlamar Hospital, for example. So places like Williamsfield, places like Cornwall Mountain, that the centers have been really devastated, destroyed in a significant way. We're wondering if anything will be put in place, like, for example, makeshift tents, for example, and the staffing will still be there to accommodate these people so they don't have to come to the South Hospital that you already know has been burdened before the disaster, much less after the disaster. So we're asking for some consideration there. My second question is regards to the container houses. The member from Eastern had mentioned it, but I just want to know if there will be an actual allocation per constituency, especially in those areas that were damaged so badly. Westmoreland is known for wooden structures, and you would have imagined, those of you who would have been there would have seen the devastation. Thousands of houses were destroyed. We know we won't be able to fix everybody's house. But we're asking if, for example, in these constituencies like Westmoreland Central, Westmoreland Eastern, Westmoreland Western, for example, so all the constituencies that were severely damaged, if there will be a special allocation for those constituencies that we know had these wooden structures and naturally would have suffered more than other constituencies that don't have so many wooden structures. And if so, with the construction of these, will it be a centralized thing where they are constructed one place and sent down? Or will we have contractors in different areas so this process can be speeded up instead of us waiting on one particular person to make all of these, which would definitely take a longer time. And next thing, the Prime Minister mentioned that he's waiting on the road bill, which we all know is a serious thing. But what I'm asking, if there has been any deployment of the NWA team to identify emergency areas. So for example, in the Froome area, the road has severely been compromised where the bridge at Ricketts River is. Part of the road is gone. So the bridge is now severely compromised and we don't know if it can collapse at any point in time. So we're asking if a team has already been deployed to actually identify the emergency areas, because those areas will have to be looked at even before you get the total road bill for where the damage is expected to be. And my last question is with regards to the distribution of the food packages. I know the Prime Minister stated earlier in his presentation that there is no intent from the government to have any unfair or politicize anything. But there was a situation today in Westmoreland, and even after I spoke to the minister, the minister reached out to me this morning to let me know that an helicopter was coming down with food supplies from the ministry. And after the helicopter came, there was total chaos down there. What I can tell you is that before the helicopter came, the former MP and his team was there with trucks and stuff. There are videos of everything being loaded basically in those things. So the thing you're trying to avoid by not politicizing it actually played out today. The minister had no part in it based on my conversations with him because he directly spoke to me. And I had a team who went there. But the staff, I don't know where the communication came from. But what we realized happened that somebody obviously communicated with the former member of parliament. I am not there obviously today because I'm here. And what really happened is that distribution today has now been labeled as being political, because everybody who went there would have seen that form of politics being played out today. So what we're trying to avoid, just as what you said, actually played out in central Westmoreland today. So what I'm asking is, going forward, how do we decide on how we do this type of distribution? Because if you go to one place and everybody comes there, there's going to be chaos. So naturally, if a helicopter is coming, one, you're going to need enough police and soldier presence there. And what we would want to know is that we ensure that the coordination is there where we know exactly what is coming, where we're going to collect it. So if the MP is in charge, we will coordinate with the local team at the ministry, at the NIS office. We'll speak to the manager, for example, work out the way how we'll distribute. Because somebody has to lead it. And in this case, you have to trust the member of parliament to say we're not going to send it only to PNP communities, but we are Jamaicans, and we will be distributing it equally across every community that we know needs assistance. So we have no problem in working out all of those things, but we don't want what happened today to ever happen again, because as I said, it left a bitter taste in the mouths of many of the citizens. Persons have been calling me since I've been here. I'm always on the phone, people texting me, asking me what is really happening here. Because as I said, what would have showed up today, it would seem as if the former MP, who is now the caretaker, was the person who was in charge today on spot for the distribution of the items. And we don't want that to be in the thoughts of the people, because we know that is supposed to be the case. So going forward, I'm asking, how are we going to do these things differently so we don't have a repeat of what happened today? So those are my questions.
Personal plea on behalf of the people of Westmoreland. I want to preface by saying that this isn't a criticism of things being done, nor am I saying aid should stop going in one area, but rather giving a first-hand account of what I witnessed yesterday as a volunteer and asking for more attention and support going to the people of Westmoreland. So yesterday a group of us went into the eastern Westmoreland area, and in particular White House, which is actually ground zero because that's where Hurricane Melissa made landfall. The fishermen took us to the fishing village, showed us the complete destruction of that area, destruction of their boats and so forth. We saw some private citizens. A huge aid came in. I want to big up Liquor Miss, Father Chow. This isn't a JLP or PNP thing. Everybody coming together to give support. Shana Randy and some others who were there also giving out aid. Now, after we left that area, one of the first things that struck me was that there was no presence of JDF in that area or large presence of JCF in that area. And this is supposed to be a disaster area. We went into the Peterfield area where, there was the first time a lot of those persons are receiving aid, in particular those who their communities has been marooned off. We brought tools with us to clear some of the roads, but the tools that we have was not adequate, the chainsaw and so forth. And many of those persons are the first time they might get drinking water since Wednesday or Thursday when their supplies ran out. We saw a dead body being removed, and the residents there told us that there were at least three persons they know of that had to bury their own in the back of them yard because authorities now come to remove the body, and the bodies were there decomposing for days. Thankfully, we brought medical personnel and the doctors who were there. Well, one of the doctor, a member of our team came mid-tears. There's a lady like a 10 minutes walk up the hill. We have to take like a bike or bicycle to reach her. And the lady, she's diabetic, bust her head. We were able to get that doctor on the bike. A community person took them on their bike, carry him go up there to treat her wounds and so forth. We were able to check the pressure of the, of the elderly folks that were there, and we gave out aid. And the people in the community leaders, MP councils and so forth, they estimate that at least 1,000 homes have been destroyed. I'm talking, when you look on some communities, you'd think say a Hiroshima, Nagasaki, like an atomic bomb drop. Westmoreland, for those who used to go ATI, you'd see like the lush vegetation. You'd think it's just a forest fire, just tree, like, it's really sad. So I'm asking, remember Westmoreland.
Now, people, before we go to Andrew Holness and what he had to say, people, I want to say something before that. Now, the government of Jamaica are only giving out $10 million to the MPs for the constituency that have been damaged. The constituency that has been hit the hardest by Hurricane Melissa. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. How much house can $10 million build? How much help can $10 million give to at least, say, 1,500 people then that have been affected badly by Hurricane Melissa? How much can that help these people? If you know the cost of building material here in Jamaica, then you know what to yourself say. $1 million can hardly build a one-bedroom. $1 million can hardly build a one-bedroom house and a bathroom and a kitchen here in Jamaica. So I want to ask again, how much help can that money do? Now, one of the insurance money that Andrew Holness are getting for this country will be $100 $250 million US. Right? Another Caribbean insurance money will be over 70 million US. Right? Plus other insurance money. Right? That will maybe bring it up to maybe 400 million to 300 million. Plus the amount of people that are donating millions of dollars to this country. Why is it that it is only 40 million or less than 40 million the government of Jamaica are giving out to the MPs to build a house, and each constituency that affected badly by the hurricane only gonna get $10 million? Now, when you guys check up the $150 million insurance money that the government will get, and the insurance that they take out on this country, plus the other 70 million from the Caribbean, plus a lot of other donations. People, this government gone how much billions in Jamaican? How much billions in Jamaican? So why is it that the government are not at least giving $1 billion to an MP to help restore their community, so people can get back on their feet? Why is it that the government gets so much billions of dollars, but the government now spend half of what I get, not even quarter? Where the rest of money go? Where is it going? Remember, before the hurricane blow, the government get $5 billion already, for help with the electricity restoring, The government already did get $5 billion for help with restoring electricity in our country already, The government did already get the $5 billion there, So Andrew Holness, me want to ask you the question again. Why are you only giving 10 million Jamaican dollar to the MPs? So, help with building back people house. You're a evil man, man. Andrew Holness is a evil man, You know the amount of people and the amount of country. Canada donate, America donate, England donate, El Salvador donate. Hey, down to the Caribbean. Donate money to this country. So the amount of donation with this government get are billions in donation in get. Me not talk about the insurance money. So with the backside all of them money they gone. Why the government of Jamaica only give $10 million for the MP them go build back house? What that go bill? What that go bill? Your wall alone are $80 million. $80 million for your wall alone. So why you want to give $10 million for build back over 1,600 to 2,000 people house in our parish? You're a wicked man in our Holness. You think say God asleep? You think say God asleep? No, no for no go say. Only let him man and wait. Make we see what I'm gonna do first. But at the end of the day, people, I want to ask you the question again. If the government of Jamaica are getting so much money, why is it that the government of Jamaica are only giving the MPs $10 million to rebuild people's house? Why is it that the government of Jamaica are only giving $10 million to rebuild the people's house? Why the government of Jamaica not take nothing out of him bank account and say him a personally donate this to some family? Even if you say, boy, listen, me have a lot of billions of dollars. So here we go on. I am going to use $1 billion because I love my Jamaican people. Me go take that out of my personal bank account and I am going to help the people of Jamaica. But no. You want tea for you they get. There's a damn crook.
300 packages were distributed directly to the communities. My report here is that 500 packages went to political representatives, and which includes councillors who got the majority of it, and your representative, Mr. Member of Parliament. 50 went to a church, and the Ministry of Labour and Social Security did some distribution directly as well. 500 in would went to political representatives. So there is, so the gravamen of the member's question that he asked was that aid was distributed in a political way to the exclusion of himself. And that was not accurate. All right. You also mentioned, member from Central Westmoreland, that aid was delivered, humanitarian aid was delivered in your constituency. And the caretaker received the aid. Now, commandeer, that was his exact term. Now, but let me put it to you this way. In dealing with information, Madam Speaker, you have to be so careful to give the complete picture. My understanding is that there was a delivery of humanitarian assistance where the deputy mayor represented the MP, the member from Central Westmoreland, and he collected aid. I'm saying they collected. Because everybody else would have gotten 30. All the councillors got. Madam Speaker, all the councillors got. A church, was it 2 churches? My figures here. And we can debate the figures, I'm not debating the figures because that's not what you're debating. What you are saying is that the aid that was delivered was all taken by and that is obviously not true.
All I am saying to my Jamaican people, wake up. Because if the government of Jamaica and the politician them can in a parliament and laugh off a hono, in a times when everybody should be mourning politician and make joke and make fun and make gimmick and a take on for idiot and laugh off a hono in a parliament, they are not affected. They are not affected, so them can always laugh off away. And then the big bucks them are coming by donating and insurance and all of that. So guess what? It's sweet them. So them a laugh off a huno. Them a laugh off a huno. So Jamaica people, question is, when will you guys wake up? When uno hago wake up and smell the coffee? Make me know down below in the comment section. And people, remember to like, comment and share this video. I want to tell me the truth. For the amount of billions of dollars where the country collect off a Hurricane Melissa, do you really think $10 million is enough to build back people home? Remember, I know 1, I know 2, I know 3, and I know 4 people affected by Hurricane Melissa. I know 100 people, I know 200 people. Thousands of people affected. And in just one parish, more than 1,600 people affected over there in Westmoreland. You hear what I say? Over there in St. Elizabeth, more than 2,000 people affected. Some of them, they not save nothing at all by Hurricane Melissa. So let me ask you a question again. Between those 2 parishes, do you think $10 million each can help to restore back those people's house? Let me know down below in the comment section. And as usual, people, remember to like, comment and share, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed as yet. Remember, trust and believe in God. And for the people them out there, please pray for Jamaica and pray from your heart, because some of you just pray from your mouth. Pray from your heart like you mean it.
Petersfield is in a terrible state, and we really need some help right here, right now. Because as it is, food is out. We just have a few chicken left for 2 days. And we have nothing to make breakfast Today is the last day. We use some cornmeal and make some porridge. And we only have 1 meal per day to give to the people here. We have almost 150 persons here right now. Philippa Walters, assistant shelter manager, and also a teacher here at Teachers Field High School. So far, the shelter, we have not gotten any assistance. All we have using now are things that the school had in stock. And we know by tomorrow to the other day, we'll be out. As it is now, we have no water, no running water, and drinking water also. We have to limit persons to 1 bottle of water per day. That's the situation now. And with the bathroom and all of that, it's all a mess, no water.